building something incredible. You lead a team, you serve families, you've poured your energy, your time, and your heart into this business, and it is time that you pay yourself for it. Hey, welcome back to Profitable Preschool. I'm your host, Alexis Louis, Childcare CFO, money coach, and your go-to guide for turning your passion for early education into a truly profitable business. If you're a center owner who's doing all of the things, managing the team, serving the families, and running a tight ship, but still not paying yourself what you're worth, this episode is especially for you. Today, we're talking about something big, something emotional, and something essential. How to pay yourself as the owner without feeling guilty and without going broke. Because yes, you deserve a paycheck. And no, your center is not going to suffer because of it. Let's be real. You started this center because you wanted to make a difference, to build something for your community, and maybe even to create more flexibility for your family. But somewhere along the way, you stopped getting paid. Or you get paid, but not consistently. Or you get paid last after everyone else and everything else is already taken care of. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In fact, it's one of the top struggles I see with even the most established center owners, especially women. And let me say it out loud for the people in the back. Not paying yourself is not noble. It's not sustainable. And it's not the way to build a legacy. You are the engine of this business. You deserve to be compensated like the CEO that you are, period. Now let's talk about the guilt, because I know it's there. And you might feel bad for taking money when your staff is underpaid or you're not able to give them health or retirement benefits yet. Or maybe you're feeling bad about getting paid because you have some families that can barely afford your current tuition rates. Or maybe when there's 10 other things that your center needs to improve, you don't want to take that money out for yourself. And I get it. But here's the truth. If you burn out, the whole thing sinks. You have to protect the leader of the business, you. And you can't make good long-term decisions when you're in survival mode. You can't be strategic if you're feeling exhausted and underpaid. That's overwhelming. You also can't scale your center if you're scared to look at your own bank account. Paying yourself is not selfish. It's what keeps your center strong. And when you pay yourself consistently, you show your team, you show your family, even yourself, what sustainable leadership really looks like. So let's take a look at the numbers. The big question I get all the time is, how much should I be paying myself as the owner? And the answer depends. It depends on the center's size and the structure, maybe how many other owners or investors are involved as well. But a good rule of thumb is 20 to 30% of your business's profit, or a salary that is consistent and reflects your role as CEO. So if your center brings in $500,000 a year, and let's say your expenses are another $400,000, that gives you a profit of $100,000. And you should be paying yourself at least $20,000 to $30,000. That's 20 to 30% of $100,000. And honestly, more if you're still wearing multiple hats, like you're the acting director. Now, if you're not profitable yet, start small and make it part of the plan. Even if it's just $200 a month, you need to get into the rhythm of being compensated. Remember, you are not a volunteer. You are the CEO. You might be thinking, that sounds great, but there is just not enough money. I'm living on credit cards and loans. I'm behind on bills. So let's break it down. The first thing I want you to check into is looking at your pricing. Are your tuition rates covering your true cost plus profit? You can't price based on guilt. You have to price based on sustainability. Even $50 a month tuition increase can create the margin to pay yourself and your team. And the other thing is that if you do have some families that are part of the subsidy program, you need to make sure that you are submitting your paperwork the day it's due, as soon as possible. Be the first one in line so that those payments are coming to you consistently so that you can continue to run your center without getting behind with things. The second thing you want to look at is auditing your expenses. Go through every single line item of your bank statement last month. Are you overspending in some areas? Are there some things that surprised you? Maybe it's overspending on snacks or subscriptions or supplies. There are places where you can trim. There are probably places where you can renegotiate or things that you can simplify. So take a look at those things and make an action plan to change a few of them. The third thing I want you to look at is paying yourself first. Remember, even if it's just $200. I know it sounds backwards, but if you wait until there's money left over, there never will be. Something will happen, like you'll need to make repairs, and that'll cut into what you would have paid yourself. So we need you to build your salary into your budget, like it's a non-negotiable expense, like we treat our rent. The fourth thing I want you to look into is creating a payback plan. If you have been funding the business personally, using your credit cards, your personal savings, taking out loans from friends and family, or even maybe you put your house up in a HELOC, I want you to set up a repayment plan. Even $100 a month towards paying yourself back creates momentum and it creates structure, and it makes sure that the business is paying back its own debts. The last thing I want you to look at is building a plan for growth. If you're not quite profitable today, it does not mean that you never will be. Make a plan to increase your income. Look at those tuition rates. Tighten up the expenses. Audit those expenses. Go through the bank statements. And maybe even restructure your staff hours. A lot of times when center owners come to us, we recognize that there's a lot of overtime. And overtime is costing you more oftentimes than bringing a new hire into the business. Know that there is a path forward. You are building something incredible. You lead a team, you serve families, you've poured your energy, your time, and your heart into this business. And it is time that you pay yourself for it. Not just because you need it, but because your business won't grow unless you start seeing yourself and paying yourself as the CEO. So next time that guilt creeps in, I want you to say this out loud, even now. When I pay myself, I protect my business. When I get paid, I lead better. When I grow, my center grows too. If you've been underpaying or not paying yourself, I want you to know this isn't the end of the story. This is just the start of a new chapter. You can shift, you can grow, you can earn well, and you don't have to do it alone. Every week on this show, I'll be giving you the strategy and support to get there, one step at a time. If today's episode hit home, please take 30 seconds and leave a review or share this with another center owner you know is struggling with the same thing. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Because friend, you're not just running a childcare center. You are building a business, you are building a legacy, and remember, you are doing a great job. I'll see you on the next episode of Profitable Preschool. Until then, make sure you pay yourself. You've earned it.